Hi sweet friends, it's Panache and thank you for joining me as I share with you another evolutionary insight that can transform your life and add massive value to your experience. There's one thing that we all are afraid of, and it's change. It's the unknown. We're most afraid of that which isn't familiar because we've been conditioned to operate inside of what's known and what is familiar. The only problem is that what's known and what's familiar doesn't allow us to be extraordinary and dynamic. I'll give you an example. Just imagine if you showed up in your relationship in the same way every single day, and you never grew, you never evolved, you never found new ways to express your love, you didn't find new restaurants to go to, you didn't find new gifts to give, you didn't find new expressions of love. How long do you think that relationship would last? Or most importantly of all, how long would the passion continue to be sustained in that relationship? I bet you if you just maintain the status quo in your relationship, the passion quota, the intimacy quota, and the love quota would gradually over time begin to diminish, if not completely fade away. You see, we have to constantly evolve beyond that which we know, understanding that that which we know and that which we are aware of is a limitation. We have to constantly innovate. We have to constantly be creative. We have to constantly follow the evolutionary impulse within us to be more and to express in a greater way and to share more. It's the same thing in work. Just imagine if you went through the same thing over and over again every day. How engaged would you be? How productive would you be? How willing would you be to create and innovate in the workspace if all you did was the same thing over and over again? Repetitious cycles and monotony lead to mediocrity. You must be willing to break free of repetitious cycles and monotony. You must be willing to break free of living on autopilot in order to really be alive. Because the truth is, most human beings are functioning on autopilot thinking that that is living, and it really isn't. So I want to challenge you today. I want to invite you to be more, because when I see you, I see an untapped and unrealized potential that is infinite. I want you to drive to work a different way today. I want you to stop at a different Starbucks. I want you to have a conversation with somebody that you wouldn't ordinarily speak to. I want you to break the monotony of your routine by introducing behaviors that are unique and different than you would ordinarily allow for, or that in some cases you would be too afraid to exhibit or exemplify. Challenge yourself every day to do things differently. Challenge yourself in small ways to break the monotony of your existence, to come alive, to stop living that Groundhog Day life thinking that if you just keep doing more of the same, something's going to shift when it isn't. Life requires dynamic action. And dynamic action requires your full engagement and your willingness to not only be with your fear, but to boldly traverse out into the unknown, understanding that that is where every possibility resides. It's like investing in a stock. You just keep putting the same money in the same stock over and over and over again. You don't diversify your portfolio. Well, it's all well and good until one day something happens in that stock, the CEO who misuses funds, something occurs, some tragedy, the stock plummets by 50% in its value. In that moment, your entire 401k, your life savings, or everything that you've been building toward is gone. It is for that reason that we must cultivate the ability to diversify our experience, to diversify how we're showing up, to go beyond what we know and what we've been told. Because it's in that we start to hit this sweet spot of synchronicity. It's in that all of a sudden we're guided to more. It's in that if we're open and we're curious, we can begin to fully own the truth that life is on our side. We can begin to trust in life. We can begin to understand that life is forever guiding us into promotion, expansion, and increase. We can begin to live in a way that defies what everybody else is doing because we've cultivated the courage to embrace the unknown. We've cultivated the courage to break free of the familiar, and we've cultivated the courage ultimately to live a life that is unique, to live a life that no longer needs the approval of another person, to live a life that's in alignment with our hearts, and most importantly of all, to leave our own unique mark on this world. Your fear of the unknown is keeping you from your greatness. Your fear of the unknown is keeping you from all that you desire. Your fear of the unknown is keeping you from excelling in the highest possible way that you can imagine. So challenge yourself. Do things differently. Have different conversations. Ask different questions. Choose different routes. Eat in different restaurants. Have different experiences. Engage with your reality in a different way, to see how that begins to ripple out and to see what possibilities begin to come back into your life. I can't wait to read your comments and posts. Share with me what one thing you're doing differently and how it has dynamically expanded your ability to overcome your fear of the unknown. I love you. Be courageous today. Hi friends, it's Panache. Did you like this episode? If you did, then there are 4 things that you can do right now to continue on your journey. Firstly, I want you to subscribe to my channel so that I can continue to send you new inspiring insights and videos on a regular basis. Secondly, you can get my book by clicking right here. Thirdly, you can also go to my website and sign up for a free membership so that you can get priority access to my programs and events, as well as free care packages, free live calls, and free products. And finally, you can go to my website and find the locations of my upcoming live events. I would love to meet you in person and share the energy of possibility with you directly. I believe in you. I know who you are. You are evolving into more than you can ever imagine. Regardless of how your life has been, know, my beloved friend, that when you change your energy, you change your life.